ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। सुखं नित्यं स्वप्रकाशं व्यापकं नामरूपयोः अधिष्ठानं बुद्ध्यबोध्यं बुद्धिर्दृग्यत्तु निर्मलम् अपारं सर्ववेदान्तवेद्यं प्रत्यक्परं महः तदेवाहं न मत्तोऽन्यदिति मे निश्चिताम्। So Granthakara said that Jiva Brahmanoho 188 Jiva Brahmanoho Lakshartha Veda Sambhavat Aham Brahma iti Janiyat iti Guruho Upadesha. The Vachyartha of Jiva and Brahma, there is a Veda, because Vachyartha of Jiva is Chidabhasa, Vachyartha of Brahman is Maya Pratibimbita Chidabhasa, and between these two Chidabhasa there is a difference. So Vachyartha there is a Veda, but Lakshyartha there is no Veda. So based on Lakshyartha, Jiva Brahmano Aikyam is possible, and therefore Aham Brahma iti Janiyat. And then Acharya also talked about the significance of knowing Aham Brahma. Even though person may have this question that between Jiva and Brahma, means Jiva and Ishvara, there is difference from the standpoint of this Chidabhasa, and there is oneness from the standpoint of Kutastha and Brahma Chaitanya. So both are there. From one angle there is a Veda, another angle there is Abheda. Then why don't I take this Veda aspect so that I can enjoy Ishvara? Or it is easier to appreciate myself to be Jiva, different from Ishvara. Whereas to say that I am one with Ishvara, some fear comes. So why not we comfortably say that, oh Jiva, I am Jiva and Ishvara is Sarvajna, Sarvashaktiman, etc. For that, Acharya said, no, if you remain in that vision of duality based on the difference between the Chidabhasa, which is Mithya, then you remain in samsara, because you are giving reality to your individuality, and it is one versus all. I am a small one fellow, small versus all. And so I am small and the world is all, and therefore there is always fear. So many types of fear. Fear of judgment, that what they will be thinking about me. So many fear comes. So we have a judgment about the judgment of others, a judgment of myself. I have a judgment that other person has a judgment about me. So much complex it happens. And therefore, he said, Hey Somya, yavat aham brahma iti aparoksha sakshatkaraha tava dridhataraha na jayate, tavat dukkha dainya bhayadikam tvam na jahati. So, until you get this understanding, you will never be free from dukkha, this suffering, dainyam, this helplessness, wretchedness, bhaya, fear, and swaswarupat dhinnataya paramatmana jnanameva te bhayahetu bhavati. Even if Ishvara you say it is very dear to me, etc., still there is a fear. Why? He is dear to me, but I may fall down in his eyes. He is great, but I may fall down in his eyes. Then it will happen to me. नजरों से गिर गए तो मुश्किल है संभल पाना. There was some bhajan in that he says, say, hey Guruji, you keep me in your Kripa Drishti. If I fall down from your Kripa Drishti, then very difficult. So the Ishvara, that also is there, fear is there. And there is a Viraha. Viraha means the Bhagavan has gone out. I am away from Bhagavan. Some people like Viraha Bhava. So this is Dukkha only. They may give nice name, but it is a samsara only. It is a religious samsara. But samsara. If goal is to reach the Advaita or oneness through this Dvaita Bhakti, very good. Dvaita Bhakti is very good when the purpose is to make this Dvaita Bhakti as the means for Advaita Jnana. Because without Advaita Bhakti, Advaita Jnanam does not come. Not possible. Without Advaita Bhakti means the devotion with the sense of duality, without that Advaita Jnanam is impossible. But without Advaita Jnanam, the Dvaita Bhakti is incomplete. That is our approach. So to make the Dvaita Bhakti complete, fruitful, with culmination, then Advaita Jnanam has to come. Otherwise person remains in samsara. Tasmad aham brahmasmi iti eva tvam vijaniya. Therefore may you know as aham brahmasmi. And here the conclusion of these answers to Shishya's question. That Shishya told, I have a doubt regarding Jiva and Ishvara Abheda. How Jiva and Ishvara can be one? Then he raised one Prameyagata Samshaya and one Pramanagata Samshaya. Prameyagata Samshaya is Swarupa Bhedat Bheda. Jiva Ishvara Swarupa are different, therefore Jiva Ishvara are different. For that answer was given, not Bheda. Swarupa Bheda is not there. Because one is Kutastha, other is Brahma Chaitanya, both are one Nirguna Chaitanya only. And is raining or what? No. And second was the Shruti based, Vasuparna Sayuja Sakhayo. For that answer was given that that refers to this Kutastha Chaitanyam and Chidabhasa Chaitanyam. And therefore there is no Jiva Ishvara Bheda talked about by the Shruti. And the next one, Karma Upasana Pratipadanam, that also can be justified based on the Chidabhasa aspect of Jiva. Then Swarupa aspect, Kutastha aspect, oneness is justified. Here regarding this Vasuparna Sayuja Sakhayo, the question was there. In the Bhashyam there, in the Mundaka Upanishad, what is said. So I will just read that part. It may look slightly different from what we have said, but it has culmination on what we have seen here. Initially it will look different only. So, Dvasuparna Sayuja Sakhaya Samanam Vruksham Parishasva Jate Tayoranyam Pitpalam Swadvatti Anashtan Anyo Abhichakushiti. So, I will read the relevant part. Jivaha Tayoho Parishvaktayoho Ekaha Kshetrajnaha Lingopadi Vrukshamaashritaha Pitpalam Karma Nishpannam Sukha Dukkha Lakshanam Phalam Swadu Aneka Vichitram Vedana Swada Rupam Swadu Atti Bhaksheti Upabhunte Avivekata. So, one is Jiva who is also called Kshetrajna and having the Lingopadi. So, Lingopadi hi Vrukshamaashrita. Lingopadi is the Vruksha and is Upadi. Sukshma Sharira is the Upadi. And that Jiva is experiencing different types of karma phalam, sukha dukkha lakshanam. Variety of this karma phalam. So in that we do not have much issue. But another one, anashnan anyaha itaraha ishvaraha. Not eating the other one who is Ishvara. Nitya Shuddha Buddha Mukta Swabhava. That also is okay. That can go to Kutastha also. Nitya Shuddha Buddha Muktasya. But Sarvajnaha, he is Sarvajnaha. Why? Sattvopadihi. Here Sattvopadi means the Shuddha Sattvopadi, Mayopadi. Another reading is that Sarvopadi. Sarvopadi also is a reading. Okay, Sattvopadi. Ishvaraha na Ashnati. Then what is he? Prerayita hi asau. Uvayoho bhojya bhoktroho. He is the motivator for bhojya and bhoktru. For the experiencer and the object of experience, he is the motivator. But how? Nitya Sakshitva Satta Matrena. Only by the existence in the form of witness. So finally it is coming to Kutastha. Because Kutastha is otherwise for Sakshi. So same Ishvara is available as Sakshi in the individual mind. How do we understand this? Because the definition of Sakshi is Avidya Avachinna Chaitanyam. If you remember, we had said Avidya Adhisthana or Avidya Avachinna Chaitanyam. Avidyopadi is called the Sakshi. Avidya Pratibimbita is Chidabhasa, but Avidyopadi or Avidya Avachinna is called Sakshi. And Ishvara is what? Mayopadi. And Avidya is the individual aspect of Maya. So Sattvopadi, Mayopadi, Ishvara is available as this Sakshi, which is Avidyopadika Chaitanya. And by his presence alone, he is making all the transactions of Jiva possible. And therefore, what is said in Vichara Sagara is finally matching, because even Ishvara is presented as Mayopadi, but his Mayopadika Ishvara is present in the Linga Sharira as what? Sakshitva Satta Matra. Satu Anashtan Anyaha Abhichaka Shiti Pashyati Eva Kevala. Darshana Matram hi tasya prerayitritvam. Means his seeing itself is his motivatorship. It is not that he is asking Jiva to do something or asking the object to come. His being Sannidhi Matrena Prerayita. So Sakshi also is doing the same job. And therefore we say Ishvara is available as Sakshi in the individual Upa. And that is what is said here also. And therefore there is not much difference. But there is in the language of description, there is a difference. But as we have seen in Brahma Sutra, the Guhadi Karana, finally Bhashyakara says that our purpose is not to say that Buddhi is a Bhokta or this Chidabhasa is Bhokta. That is not our purpose. Bhoktrutvam or Kartrutvam is not there at all. Only because of Adhyasa it appears to be there. It is Mithya. In that alone we have Tattva. So whatever the Prakriya used, the Prakriya is finally meant for seeing I, Kutastha, am free from Kartrutva Bhoktrutva. It is something like, somebody some piece of paper or something is there. I will say throw it. So somebody lazy fellow, he will throw it in the veranda itself. And somebody will throw a little on the roadside. Then both are okay. When he comes back, say thank you very much. To both I will say thank you because I don't know where it's in. But our purpose, it should be outside the room. That's what. In fact, they say, he said garbage is never cleared. It is only transferred. So similarly, of course, they're slightly different. Similarly, Kartrutvam is we are not interested in throwing in Buddhi or throwing in Chidabhasa. If by throwing in Buddhi your mind is satisfied, Swamiji, if you say that Kartrutvam is only in Buddhi, everything gets settled. Bas. So you take it that way. Somebody says, no, Swamiji, buddhi, how can it have कर्तृत्व? चिदाभास always should have. थोड़ा कॉन्शियसनेस तो होना चाहिए. ठीक है. चिदाभास कर्तृत्व is satisfied. But you are what? No, Swamiji, I am Sakshi, who is free from कर्तृत्व. Okay. So either you put in Chidabhasa or you put in Buddhi. Or you say, no, Swamiji, every Kartrutva is in Ishvara only. Okay. That also okay. Ishvara won't mind. Because he knows he doesn't have Kartrutva. Like sometimes they do, the small fellows, they can't handle, then they put it on the boss. He said, boss ne bola hai, bas. So, boss can handle anything. So similarly, put it on Ishvara. Or with understanding. Ishvara means by Ishvara's Maya Shakti alone, everything happens. Then also, main thing is you remain clean. You should be clean. Means you appreciate that I am free from Kartrutva, Bhoktrutva, Rupa, Samsara. That is what matters the most. Alright. Then Shishya said, I understood this Aham Brahma, I should understand. And now I don't have question regarding this, how this Jiva and Ishvara can be one. That question is not there. But who understands this? So that question comes. Who understands this? You cannot simple answer. You understand. You are studying, no? So you will understand. So he said, no, I want to know which aspect of me is understanding. But now you have made me like twofold. Like, your Yagdampa with 3 strands. So which strand of Jiva? Jiva has got 3 strands, no? That the Upadhi, the Pratibimbita Chaitanya, Kutastha Chaitanya. Earlier I was thinking that I am doing it. I am listening. I will get Jnana. So I didn't have a problem. But now you told that you have got 3 aspects. Now my question is, which aspect of me is understanding? People really have this problem. They don't, whether they understand or not, but they have a problem about who is understanding. Everything I understand, but I don't understand who understands. Do you understand this? So, alright, so that is his issue. So that is raised here. Hey Swamin, Aham Brahma iti Jnanam kasya jayate? To whom this knowledge is born? Really speaking, if you understand Aham Brahma well, then you will not have question. This question is really there to the person who has not got this Jnana. If you understand I am Brahma, then this issue doesn't remain. Everything will fall in place. In fact, when everything falls in place, then only this clarity and conviction will be there, I am Brahman. Alright. So, Aham Brahma iti Jnanam kasya jayate. To whom this knowledge is born. Krupaya etan me vaktum arhasi. Okay, with grace, with your grace or with your compassion, please tell me this. To whom this knowledge is born. Prashnasya ayam abhipraya. See, this Prashna, he looks very, to some people it may look very silly. If knowledge will be born to whom? Me only. I am studying, so I will get knowledge. So if I study, somebody else will get knowledge. That is not such a gross question. Who gets this knowledge? Will I get knowledge or somebody, my co-student will get the knowledge? That is not. So he says, Prashnasya ayam abhipraya. Aham Brahma iti Jnanam kim kutastasya jayate uta chidabhasa vishishta buddhehe. This knowledge is born to Kutastha, changeless consciousness, Bimba Chaitanyam, or Chidabhasa Vishishta Buddhehe, or to the Buddhi which is endowed with Chidabhasa. When he is saying the Chidabhasa Vishishta Buddhi, we should also understand Buddhi Pratibimbita Chaitanyam. Both, about that he is not particular. So Chidabhasa Vishishta Buddhi, because afterwards he is going to say that part also. So when he is presenting his question further, he will say, but if Chidabhasa says like this, then this problem will happen. So when he says Chidabhasa Vishishta Buddhi, what he means is Buddhi Vishishta Chidabhasa as well. Both he means. Okay, so whether this Buddhi Vishishta Chidabhasa or Chidabhasa Vishishta Buddhi will have knowledge or Kutastha. Okay, so what is the problem? Yadi kutastasya iti uchyate, tada vikari syat kutastha. If kutastha has got this knowledge, then kutastha will be vikari. If kutastha will be vikari, then how can be called kutastha? It is our guard, he doesn't take care. Our guard doesn't watch. Guard is supposed to watch, that he doesn't do. Our teacher doesn't teach. How can he call teacher? You know? So teacher means he should teach. So similarly, kutastha is vikari. Then how can it be kutastha? The vikari syat kutastha. So if kutastha is knowing, then kutastha will be vikari. Why? Because the jnanam which is born is vritti, and vritti is a vikara, and vikara will be making this ashraya also vikari, and therefore kutastha will be vikari. And okay, the kutastha should not be vikari. Then other option is what? Yadi chidabhasa vishishta buddhi iti uchyate, tarhi tasya utpadyamanam aham brahma iti jnanam brahma rupam syat. Then if you say the chidabhasa vishishta buddhi has got this knowledge, aham brahma, then aham brahma jnana will be brahma. It is something like somebody is not a king and he says, I am the king. Sometimes people get that notion. I am the king. So then what is a Brahma? Is a Brahma only. Aham Brahma is a Brahma. Some people know they don't pronounce properly Brahma. Brahma Swamiji, Brahma. Brahma is a Brahma. So Brahma, Aham, that knowledge will be Brahma. Why? Because the Chidabhasa Vishishta Buddhi is not the Satchidananda, is not Aparichitta Chaitanyam Swarupataha. Means as Buddhi is not. Buddhi in his adhishtanam it is. But Buddhi as Buddhi, Nama Rupatmika Buddhi, it cannot be equated to Brahman. Then Kutastha Brahma cha iti ubhayam ekameva abhasaha tu kalpitatvad brahmanaha binna iti pragabhitam bhavata. Kutastha is Brahma. Kutastha and Brahma, both of them are one only. Because both of them are Nirguna Chaitanya. Kutastha is Brahma. Kutastha and Brahma, both of them are one alone. Why? Because both of them are Nirguna Chaitanya. This idea he has given earlier. And Abhasaha tu kalpitatvad brahmanaha binnaha. Whereas Abhasa is different from Brahman. Like in the 187 last line, this is Abhasa bhagayoho bhedaha chasti. Before that, Akasha Chaya, it had come. This Etayo Ghatakashasya Akasha Chaya cha iva bhedaha. So bheda is there between the bimba and pratibimba, bheda is there, and therefore abhasaha tu kalpitatva. Since abhasa is mithya, it is bhinnaha, it is different from Brahman. Brahman is satyam and abhasa is mithya, and therefore mithya is different from Brahman. Iti pragabhitam bhavata. It was told by you, not 188, 187, 188, first paragraph last it was said. Then tasma, therefore, brahmanaha anyasya chidabhasasya. See, now we are studying chidabhasasya. So earlier is a buddhi. So he is switching between these two. So both should be understood as one. Whether chidabhasa vishishta buddhi or buddhi vishishta chidabhasa. Therefore, chidabhasa who is different from Brahma, brahmatvena jnanam brahma rupam syat. So chidabhasa is not Brahman. And if chidabhasa has got the knowledge that I am Brahma, then that knowledge will be brahma rupam eva syat. He gives the example. Yatha sarpad vilakshanayam rajvam sarpagdanam jayamanam bhranti rupam eva. Imagine the rope which is different from sarpa, the snake. The rope has got the knowledge, I am sarpagdanam. No, I am sarpa, not sarpa. I am sarpaha. Because everybody is telling me sarpa, so I must be sarpa. Suppose Raju gets carried away and he tells, so I am sarpa. That knowledge will be what? Bhranti rupam eva. So if Rajju says I am Sarpa, it will be Bhranti. Evam cha. And similarly, Chidabhasa Sahita Buddhehe. See, again he is coming to Buddhi. So Chidabhasa Sahita Buddhehe Jayamanam Aham Brahma iti Jnanam na Yatharthanubhava Rupam Bhave. Yatharthanubhava means Yathartha Jnanam. Jnanam Anubhavaha. So Chidabhasa Sahita Buddhi has got this knowledge, I am Brahma. It will not be right knowledge, valid knowledge. Kintu Brahma Rupam eva syat. But it will be Brahma Rupam in the form of delusion alone. Somebody may say, all right. Even though Buddhi has got what knowledge? I am Brahma. And this knowledge is a Brahma. But it's a good Brahma, no? Let it have. No, like somebody is a child, he is playing, but he's playing some intelligent game. So let him have. He's only playing. Similarly, Buddhi is having only this Brahma. But what Brahma? I am Brahma. So let it have. We said the Guru of this Shishya said, no, that's not correct. Aham Brahma iti jnanasya brahmatvangikare na tena jnanena mithya bhutam jagan nivarteta. By the knowledge Aham Brahma, it is happening to Buddhi. And that for that knowledge, jnanasya brahmatvangikare. So when there is acceptance of this knowledge that I am Brahman is Brahma, is a delusion. Somebody may say, Ishtapati, let this knowledge Aham Brahma happening in Buddhi is Brahma. Let it be. He said, if you accept that Dhanam to be Brahma, Tena Jnanena, Aham Brahma iti Jnanena. By that knowledge that I am Brahma, Mithya Bhutam Jagat na nivarteta. The unreal world will not be negated. And here Jagat stands for Samsara. Samsara will not be negated. Yathartha Jnana Devahi Mithya Brahma Nivrittihi Drishta. By the right knowledge alone, the removal of the false understanding, Mithya Brahma means false delusion, false notion, is seen. By right knowledge alone, the removal of false notion is seen. Like what? Rajju Tattva Jnanena Mithya Sarpa Nivrittivat. Like by the right knowledge, by the knowledge of the reality which is rope, Mithya Sarpa Nivritti, there is a removal of the unreal snake. So, unreal snake is removed by the knowledge of the Rajju, which is the reality. Similarly, by right knowledge, by the knowledge of Adhishthanam, right knowledge alone, the Jagat Rupa Prapancha, Jagat Rupa Samsara Nivritti will happen. Tasma, therefore, Abhasa Vishishta Buddhehe Aham Brahma iti Jnanam Jayate iti etad vachanam anupapannam eva. Therefore, to the Buddhi, which is endowed with Abhasa, has to that Buddhi or for that Buddhi, Aham Brahma, I am Brahma, iti Jnanam Jayate. This type of knowledge is born. So, to the intellect which is endowed with Chidabhasa, alone I am Brahma, that knowledge is born. This type of statement is anupapannam, untenable. Why? Because that knowledge will not be knowledge. It will be Brahma. Alright. For this question, so what is the essence of this question? This knowledge, I am Brahma, is born to whom? Is it born to Kutastha? It cannot be born. If Kutastha says, I am Brahma, he is right. Means if Kutastha says, I am Brahma, he is right because Kutastha is Brahma. Kutastha is Nirguna Chaitanyam and Nirguna Chaitanyam is Brahma. Therefore, if Kutastha says, I am Brahma, it will be right knowledge. But he doesn't say that. He cannot say. So, who is supposed to say, doesn't say. Kutastha is supposed to say, but Kutastha cannot say. And who is very enthusiastically saying, the Buddhi, I am Brahman, I am Brahman. That Buddhi cannot say. Well, how can Buddhi say I am Brahman? If it says Buddhi is Buddhu, idiot. So if Buddhi says I am Brahma, it is wrong, and therefore it will be Brahma. So who is supposed to say doesn't say, and who says is not supposed to say. That type of situation. Many times it happens. Who is supposed to sing doesn't sing, and who sings is not supposed to sing. So that type of situation is happening here. So Kutastha is supposed to say I am Brahman, but he cannot say, doesn't say. Chidabhasa is a Buddhi is telling I am Brahma. It's a notion only. So that's how it happened. Therefore they say that those who are supposed to come to politics, they don't come. Means right people who can lead, they don't come. Those who come are not supposed to come. That's why we get some politicians. Not all, but some of them they say. Okay. Praguptasya prashnasya uttaram. The answer to the question which was raised in the this Aham Brahma. Iti, 189. Pragupta means 189 Taranga. Ukta Prashna. So 189 we have to say. What is called? एकोनवति नवतित्तर शत तरंग आवर्ते हैं हाँ एकोनवति शतोत्तर तरंगे उक्तस्य प्रश्नस्य आवर्त तरंग आवर्त yes. All right, so some once in a while we should practice this because this number is very difficult to remember in Sanskrit. So answer is given, and teacher is always very relaxed here. So here also relaxed, and therefore he is giving very elaborate answer. इतना elaborate कि next time पूछेगा ही. So he is giving very elaborate answer. He says Abhasasya Saptavastha. So, okay, final answer what is I am going to tell. His answer will be Chidabhasa has got Dhanam. Chidabhasa alone has got Ajnanam. Chidabhasa alone has got Dhanam. And therefore there is no issue. And he says Abhasa, Chidabhasa has got 7 states. Sapta Bhumika. 7 states are there. And all of them belong to Chidabhasa. So this description, all the states of ignorance, states of getting knowledge, and state of getting the result of knowledge. 7 states are divided into 3 groups. The state of ignorance and ignorance-born problem, samsara, then transit in the form of getting knowledge, and the final is this result of knowledge. Bandhana avastha, then Jnana Prapti avastha, and Mukta avastha. All these 3, which are divided into 7 states, belong to Chidabhasa alone. That is going to be answered very elaborately, very leisurely. Alright, so how he says, and this is the description based on Panchadashi 7th chapter. There is one shloka he is reproducing here. The 7th chapter, 33rd shloka. That's shloka, and based on that, the whole description is going to be given. Okay, now we'll read that Aham Brahma iti Jnanam Abhasasya eva. See, in the beginning itself told, no secret. What is going to be answer? I am Brahma, this knowledge happens to Chidabhasa alone. Chidabhasa alone. Okay. How is it so? That is elaborated here. Hey Somya, every now and then he addresses him. Hey Somya, oh good looking one. So because people may have complex, no, I am good or not. So we are good. Hey Somya, Shrunu. Idanim maya uchyamanaha Chidabhasasya saptavasthaha. So Shishya will be a little bit startled. He said, I asked what? That the Jnanam belonged to whom? ये तो बोलते कि चिदाभास I got 7 avastha. One Swamiji was telling, he said, I asked for a glass of water. And that person said, let us make a plan to dig the well. We'll raise the fund and we will decide what is the location. And I asked for glass of water. See, some people are like that. You ask some simple things, they will give a very big project. So similarly, here Shishya may be a little bit surprised, but it is very useful. Okay, what is the Shrunu? Listen. Idanim, now. Maya uchyamanaha chidabhasasya saptavasthaha. May you listen now, may you listen to the 7 states of Chidabhasa which are being told by me, which are going to be told by me. Acha. And then what is the relevance of that? Asu avasthasu madhye na kapi avastha chetanasya kutasthasya sambhavati. Aham brahma iti gnanam api asu saptasu avasthasu madhye panchamyam avasthayam antargatam. In the next sentence we'll read first. So the relevance of this question, the relevance of the statement will be a relevance of the description of 7 avastha can be understood. So teacher is saying what? May you listen to the 7 states of Chidabhasa. Then Shishya said, why should I listen to 7 states of Chidabhasa? I asked you about only one state, Gnanam. He said, no, it is included in that. Aham Brahma iti Gnanam. Your question, Aham Brahma, I am Brahma, this knowledge. Also, Asu Saptasu Avasthasu Madhye Panchamyam Avasthayam Antargatam. That I am Brahma, this knowledge is Antargatam, is included in 5th stage, Panchamyam Avasthayam. Among, Madhye means among 7 states, Saptasu Avasthasu. Asu Saptasu Avasthasu. In these 7 states, 5th stage is going to be called as Aparoksha Jnanam. In that, Aham Brahma knowledge is included. Therefore, is not that I am diverting the subject matter. I am answering your question, but a little bit more elaborately I am answering. So you have asked that Aham Brahma Jnanam Kasya, that is included in 7 states. And all the 7 states are Asu Avasthasu Madhye na Kapi Avastha. Any state among these 7 states, Chetanasya Kutastasya na Sambhavati, does not belong to, is not possible for changeless consciousness. Means what? Aham Brahma, this knowledge is one of the 7 avasthas. And any state does not belong to Kutastha Chaitanya. Every state belongs to Chidabhasa alone. And therefore your answer to your question is what? Not only Aham Brahma Jnanam. I am telling that before that also whatever stage was there. Aham Brahma Jnanam Kasya you are asking. Then another question, but who has got ignorance? So that also I am answering. So you have asked me about Jnanam. I am answering about Ajnanam also. Then who will get moksha? That also I am answering. So like anticipatory, but before you ask, I am answering. So you have asked me one, I will answer in such a way that you don't have to ask. For Rama it is said, this is a good quality. In some context, it is a very good quality. He said, Rama does not give twice. Ramaha virna dadati. So, he said, we may think Rama is very miserly. वो एक ही बार देता है. He said, Rama does not give twice. What does it mean? He gives so much that person doesn't have to ask next time. So similarly, our Guru said, he said, I don't give answer twice. Na dvir dadmi. So I don't give twice. So he very elaborately. So that otherwise we'll ask, okay, Ajnanam happened to Chidabhasa. What about Ajnanam? What about moksha? Who gets moksha? That's the question. Who gets moksha? All three are answered. Ajnanam also to Chidabhasa, Jnanam also to Chidabhasa, moksha to Chidabhasa. Okay, all these are there. That's what he's going to say. So tasam avasthanam namani. First as well, names of those states. Nama Sankirtanam. So there is Nama Sankirtanam. We generally think Hare Ram, that is Nama Sankirtanam means mention of the names. That is called in Tarkasanta is that Nama Sankirtanam is the what is called for Vyakhyanam. Nama Sankirtanam, Sankirtana Matrena Nirupanam. That is there one part of the commentary. All right. So here Nama Sankirtanam is done. Tasam Avasthanam Namani, the names of those 7 states. And here he is putting all the 7 states in shloka form. So easy to remember. But and this is very close to Panchadashi, but some words are changed. So first we will read as it is and then I will tell the original. Ajnanam Avruttihi Samyak Vikshepaha cha Parokshadhihi. Oh, Ajnanam Avrutti Samyak Vikshepaha Parokshadhihi. Then Aparokshamatihi Shokahatihi Truptihi Nirankusha. And we may get confused also. Therefore, he puts in the prose form also. In the original, the 733, 7th chapter, 33rd shloka, Agdanam Avruti Tadvikshepaha. Tadvikshepaha. And after Shoka Hatihi, there is a Shoka Moksha. That much is the difference. Meaning is the same. Okay, what are the 7 states? Agdanam, ignorance. And he himself is going to explain. So I need not explain. Ajnanam, ignorance. Second is what? Avrutihi means avaranam, veiling. Then Avrutihi. Then Tadvikshepaha or Samyak Vikshepaha. Vikshepaha means projection, delusion, wrong notion. That is called Vikshepaha. Which is Bhranti. Here is putting as a Bhranti, delusion, projection. Vikshepaha means projection. So that is 3rd state. 4th state is what? Paroksha Dhanam, indirect knowledge. Brahma Asti. There is something called Brahma. Paroksha Dhanam. And then 5th one is Aparoksha Dhanam. Aham Brahmasmi. 5th. And 6th is Dana Phalam. Shoka Nashaha. Shoka Hatihi is paraphrased as Shoka Nashaha. The removal of sorrow. Into bracket, Anartha Nivrittihi. The removal of the undesirable. 7th is what? Ati Harshaha. Intense joy. Intense happiness. Abundant, in better words, abundant joy, abundant happiness. That is translated in the Shastriya language, Niratishayananda Praptihi. Anartha Nivrittihi, Niratishayananda Prapti is the description of moksha, Jnana Phalam. Niratishayananda Prapti means attainment of unsurpassable Ananda, happiness. That is called Niratishayananda Prapti. So here Niratishayananda means fullness, the attainment of fullness. So these are the 7 stages of whom Chidabhasa. Out of these 3, the first 3 are Bandhavastha, the state of bondage. The 4th and 5th are Sadhanavastha, of whom Chidabhasa Rupa Jivaha. And 6th and 7th are Mokshavastha. Alright. So this is a Sankshepena Kathanam. Now he is explaining each one of them. Agdana Varanayoho Swarupam. And he explains Agdanam and Avaranam together. Swarupa means nature of ignorance and veiling factor. Generally, we present both of them as one, but here they are separated based on Panchadashi description. Alright. What he says, Hey Somya, अहम ब्रह्म न जाने. हिंदी जैसा लगता है, न जाने. न जाने क्या है ये संस्कृत. अहम ब्रह्म न जाने, I do not know Brahman. इति व्यवहारे कारणम अज्ञानम. So the cause for this type of vyavahara, this vyavahara can be vadana rupa vyavahara or it can be chintana rupa vyavahara. Thinking, I do not know Brahman, or person says I do not know Brahman. That vyavahara is not ajnanam. The basis for this vyavahara, because of which you are saying like this, that is ajnana, which we translate as ignorance. Here in Panchadashi Kara, he has got shloka for everyone, each one of them. So he presents this ajnanam in this manner. Na janami iti udasina vyavaharasya karanam vicharat pragabhavena yuktam. न जानामित्युदासीन व्यवहारस्य कारणं विचारात् प्रागभावेन युक्तम् अज्ञानमीरितम्. So very beautifully Ajnanam is told. So Udasina Vyavahara, what the Vyavahara, this thinking and the speaking, characterized by indifference. And what type of Vyavahara it is? Na janami. It is something like you go to the market and you ask, you know Brahman? Hey, I don't know. So that indifferent. I don't know and I don't care to. Na janami iti udasina vyavaharasya karanam. The cause for the transaction that I do not know Brahman, and in fact I don't have even doubt. I don't have jignasa also. He will not say, batao. In fact, he said, don't disturb. If you go to the market and ask somebody, hey, do you know Brahman? Kya item hai wo? You will think he is asking for some item Brahman. नहीं वो ब्रह्मन जो शास्त्र में आगे जाइए, please don't disturb. So they will say that type of na jana, I don't know. So that type of udasina vyavahara, which is vicharat pragabhavena yukta, which is endowed with the prior non-existence of inquiry. For that type of this ajnanam, which is endowed with the prior non-existence of inquiry, is called ajnanam. So ajnanam is that which is the cause for the vyavahara, indifferent vyavahara that I do not know, and which is endowed with, accompanied by vichara pragabhava, prior non-existence of inquiry. That is called ajnana, which generally people has, most of the people have. That what is this Brahman Atma? I don't know. And it is you have not inquired. It is not that inquired and so I tried, but I don't know. Not that. Before that itself, vicharat pragabhava yuktam ajnana. Why he is giving such description? Because next one is slightly different, similar, but some difference is there. The difference will be clear when you have understood ajnanam in this manner. Okay. So he says aham brahma na jane iti vyavahare karanam ajnanam. Now he talks about the avaranam. Avaranam is what? Brahma nasti na bhati iti vyavahara karanam tu avaranam. He said Brahman is not there. And Brahma na bhati. Brahman doesn't appear. Brahman is not evident. Iti vyavahara. Such transaction, verbal or mental. Vyavaharasya karanam. The cause for the transaction that Brahman is not there, Brahman is not evident. The cause for such transaction, mental or verbal transaction, is avaranam, veiling factor. So here the Panchadashi Kara explains This type of statement, Brahma nasti na bhati, when it is made, he says, amargena vicharyatha nasti no bhati chetyasau. Amargena vicharyatha nasti no bhati chetyasau. Viparita vyavahritihi आवृतेः कार्यम ishyate. Means somebody inquires, as people have been telling Brahma, Brahma, Brahma. What is Brahma? Let me use some microscope. Let me use some telescope. Let me use some this logic. What can be Atma? What Brahman can be? They say the Brahman is the subtlest. So let me go at the subtlest level of matter. When we go to subtlest level of matter, where we go? When we go reach up to string. Nowadays they call about string. The fundamental is string. The quartz particle and all this string is there. But string is not Brahman. But they say Brahman is that which is Atma Swarupa, Chaitanya Swarupa. The string is not Chaitanya. And therefore, that Brahman, what people talk about, though, that it is everywhere, it is the subtlest, it is consciousness, Sad Brahma Nasti. After what? After wrong Vichara. Which is Swamiji used to say, this is what? Durvichara Siddham. And Puja Swamiji used to give a very nice example. He said, this fellow, sometimes he will be careful generally, but when it comes to the crucial thing, he misses. So other things will be using appropriate means of knowledge, but when it comes to Brahman, he doesn't use. Like what? Like this person is very careful, before the threshold of the door, is very careful. And he has been told, in South India, they say that the door, they keep little low. Threshold will be very low. They say you should learn to be humble. That's what whatever the purpose. And this person has been told, mind your head. That is a statement, mind your head. So he is minding his head from 3, 5, 6 feet. And when it comes that time only he raises. So when it comes to this Brahman, he doesn't use appropriate means of knowledge. And that is called amargena. Amargena is nanj is a virudhartha nanj. So viruddha margena vicharya. Having analyzed in a wrong manner, by wrong means, like tarka, pratyaksha. People they say, Swamiji, if Atma is there, show me. So I will say, you have intellect or not? Show me. Show me your intellect. Where? Show me. You are not able to do. So I conclude that you don't have intellect. If you don't have intellect, why should I talk to you? People, we have to give this type of answer. So they tries to analyze through pratyaksha. So amargena means viparita margena, viparita sadhanena, ayogya sadhanena vicharya. Having analyzed by wrong means of knowledge, and then it declares what? Nasti na bhati. Brahman is not there, does not shine. One leader in Tamil Nadu had done this in public meeting. Thousands of people were there. He said, I am challenging God. If he is there, let him come in front of me. Nothing can. So he declared, God is not there. That's all simple. In front of so many thousands of people, he said, I am challenging God. If he is there, let him come in front of me. Nobody came. Declared. Like that. That type of the vyavahara is called here nasti na bhati. Iti aso viparita vyavahritihi. This type of opposite, wrong transaction, what? Brahman is not there, Brahman does not become evident. For such wrong transaction, mental and oral, the karanam is avaranam. So avaranam, veiling factor, is the cause for the transaction, mental or verbal transaction. What type of mental verbal transaction? Brahman is not there, Brahman is not evident. So the cause for such vyavahara is called avarana. Alright. More details we'll see in the next class. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Shanti Shanti Shanti